We're going to talk about the 4 L's. This was a great article that you handed me when we first got here this morning.
Supply and demand problems plaguing new construction.
Heck yeah.
I mean, it's literally the 4 L's: lots, labor, lumber, lending. All the land development got put to the side. Well, now all of a sudden, it's like you can't crank it up fast enough, and it's just
and the banks aren't. There's different lending than what you do.
Yes,
you're talking about what's called an A&D loan, acquisition and development loan. Banks still won't do acquisition and development loans. They'll only do development loans.
Why won't they do A&D?
They're just too tight. So you have to acquire the land with cash.
Really?
And then you can borrow the development portion because they want to keep their leverage low. They want to keep safe. They don't want to run into the same issues they ran into last time.
Interesting.
Right? And so, it still it takes considerably more cash now to develop a piece of property than it used to. So one of the other L's, we talked about lumber. We actually broke this story.
Yes, you did.
We were the first ones that I know talking about the story back in January. And we have the video evidence to prove it.
Yes, we do.
We've been talking about lumber prices shooting up the way that it did, shooting up 20% or more. This article says 13%, due basically to the trade war that we're having with Canada. Labor, it talks about how many people, and I know a lot of people who are in this boat that used to be framers or electricians that left those jobs during the recession to become truck drivers and whatever else they could do.
Well, they couldn't find work. I mean, no one's building.
They worked well past their 1-year unemployment.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got to decide, is it really worth going back into?
Mm-hmm.
I've got a good job. It's not paying me that much more.
Right.
And then labor's tight there, so we raise our wages. So those are the 3. And I'll let you talk about lending. I think lending is coming not quite as crazy as it was, but we are seeing some relaxing of the rules. Is that correct?
I mean, yeah. I mean, this article goes in and talks about, and the article is published by the National Association of Home Builders. So, I mean, it's a credible article along with CoreLogic's chief economist talking about it as well. And basically, lending was just back in the day during the recession. It was, or everything leading up to the Great Recession, the financial collapse, the whole 9 yards. It was just out of control. And now they have loosened that up to a more, I don't want to say common sense, because lending is not always common sense. It's a very black and white rule book. But I mean, the money's there. Despite what you hear on the radio, and no pun intended here with us, but I mean, despite what you hear people grumbling about, it got denied for this or got denied for that, there is lending available.